lights. I need lights, man.
Why? This looks good.
Nice. Okay, man. It is Thursday, the 10th of March, and you know, not one word really was mentioned about your birthday yesterday. We were so wound up in Father Ron.
Right. That's okay, because then you posted on the wall, and like I got like 60 comments.
Oh yeah, from all your fans.
So that was awesome.
Do you get like stopped in public?
Not yet. I haven't yet. I'm waiting, because that would be awesome. Because then I'd really feel like a superstar.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
So one of these days, I want to do this experiment. I want to say, okay, we are going to be at Logan's in Granville at 6:30 on Friday and just see who comes.
No, that's a bad idea. I don't know if that's a good idea.
It'd be fun. I just want to see if anybody really likes us, if they're just trying to make us feel good.
Now, this dog is limping, man. I'm telling you.
Every time she goes to doggy daycare, she comes back limping because she plays so hard.
She just must get sore from all the activity.
Exactly. She plays so hard with all those dogs that are bigger than her. She tries to keep up because she thinks she can.
But she's a boulder with legs.
That's right.
Okay, if she starts chewing on that Kong, it's going to get loud.
She knows she wants to be part of the action. What can you say?
God. Yeah, we got lots of comments about the pets wandering around the set. I got a cat behind me. Welcome in, by the way, to the Joseph Reed Labatt Beer TC Paintball Living Room Studios.
By the way, I didn't get what I wanted for my birthday.
A puppy.
Yes.
Man, I can't handle it, Diane. I can't even... There is, to my left, a shelves of cremated remains. Look at this. Look at all of this. There's Lucy. She just croaked. Lazy sweetheart and protector of food. She sat like a person. There's Lola. Fencer. I have had it with putting these animals to sleep. Part of my soul.
That green one? What's that?
That's your mother. At least she's on the top shelf. Look at all these. Look at all this.
This is smaller than all the pets, for crying out loud.
Well, because you only got a bit of those remains. Remember?
Yeah.
That needs to be. Didn't you put the big urn into the ground with your father?
Yes.
Isn't that how that went? Well, then why did we keep? Why did we keep
that with it?
Well, yeah. I mean, what if she's walking around heaven with like half of her face missing because of that?
It's like her foot or something.
Do you remember when Jim opened that?
Yes.
If you haven't heard this story, stop it!
That one of those times we have to tell that story with me in front of the camera so I can do all his dramatics. But I don't want to be in front of the camera today because...
Well, that's a tease then. That's what you do. You tease it.
Right. So, but that is a great story because that is a great Jim story.
Yeah.
But you have to have all the hand motions and the dramatics with it because it was.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. Okay. Well, then will you tell it tomorrow?
I can maybe tell it tomorrow or maybe next week, whenever people want to hear it.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
But
that means I have to look good tomorrow.
Well, yeah. Okay.
That's okay. My friends are throwing me a birthday party tomorrow, so I gotta look good anyway.
The girlfriends?
Yeah, you'll be at the Griffins game.
Oh boy, there we go.
I'll be at my friend Amanda's house. It's gonna be like a wine fest.
I can picture it now. Saturday. Oh God, I don't know what it is. It must have been something I ate. Oh. I don't know what this is. It's some kind of crazy flu going around.
No, I have to drive to Detroit on Saturday. I have to try and behave.
Diana's going to see the Doobie Brothers. So we'll have a Doobie Brothers update. I'm sure they're doing fine. Okay, so tons of feedback from Father Ron. And very, very positive. Everybody loved Father Ron.
Here.
Dog's freaking out. They can't see it. Father Ron was terrific, man. We had a great time. When and if I'm blessed enough to get another radio show, Father Ron will be part of it. Periodic intervals showing up for Ask Father Ron or Father Ron's Corner or whatever name we can come up with. We can make Father Ron t-shirts. Yes, Father Ron t-shirts and sell on the website. The website is coming along. The nerds, Larry and Jericho, are getting started right now. They have a logo made for me. They've got an Eric Zane Show logo. It's blue and yellow. It's like Michigan colors, you know?
That's awesome.
It's not that it's like I have a partiality, but those are the colors. I know somebody's going to get mad and say it's maize and blue, but that isn't why. It just looked good, that's all.
I thought you were doing red, but you decided against
No,
red.
I didn't want it to be even remotely like the boys. So it says the Eric Zane Show, has my dumb face on it, and I like it. Got a backdrop being made by my man Ryan Schnabel, who's an expert at all things print graphics and art. He's fantastic. So yeah, it's coming together, and the site is going to be just, ultimately, that site is going to hum. It's going to be set up so that where I can inform you via social media that I'm going live and take your phone calls. Yes, that's all a little bit down the road, but I mean, it's going to be, I'm diversifying the content so that if I am lucky enough to get a radio show and then the House of Cards falls again, we'll be ready to go, to keep going and survive. So, but just doing this these video pieces, it led me to thinking, and a lot of suggestions by you, the audience, suggested that I do this, and it got me thinking, yeah, I can pull this off. So that's how that all started.
Does the logo say the Eric and Diana Zane Show?
It does not. No, it just says the Eric Zane Show.
I think I'm getting ripped off.
No. Sorry. It gets too wordy otherwise.
Okay.
We do have 2 60-second spots we have to do today. Do you think I should do one now, or do you think I should?
Yeah, right now's a good time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks to Stuart at Lake Effect Property Services. He takes care of your lawn. He cuts it. He edges it. He fertilizes it. It looks fantastic. And he wants to take care of yours. LakeEffectPS.com. Facebook page is linked on my page. Just scroll down, you can't miss their logo. Lake Effect Property Services. They do everything, including some heavy-duty landscaping work. Let's say you need a retaining wall built. Stuart and his crew will do that for you at Lake Effect Property Services. Based in Zeeland, Michigan, and serving all of West Michigan. Just call them up and get started by finding out his information at lakeeffectps.com. They also drop off your mulch for you, and if you don't have the time to do it, you're a busy lady, you're a busy man, they'll do it for you. That to me sounds so appealing. So consider them, lakeeffectps.com, Lake Effect Property Services. The city of Flint, Michigan, good news for the residents of Flint. No water bills till April. So they won't charge them for the poison death water. Isn't that nice?
That is very good.
Relief is in sight. I can't even believe that that's even a public service, or that's even a press release, that's even something you would announce. That's pretty much a given when whatever you're drinking coming out of the tap causes you to die or have Legionnaire's disease or lead poisoning or whatever. So that whole thing is quite a specter.
So why are they charging for water they can't drink anyway?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the great question. People were still getting water bills for extended time in Flint, despite the fact that it was completely laced with lead and other impurities that cause Legionnaire's disease.
That's insane.
This is one of the greatest injustices I've ever heard. This is right up there with some of the big injustices that have ever happened. The fact that those people, for the longest time, had to deal with that, and nobody was blowing the whistle. Nobody was saying a word while kids were chugging down lead-filled water. And I haven't heard one head roll over this.
No, and I'm still like appalled that Snyder is still in office.
Well, yeah, if I'm Snyder, I just go, yeah, I knew that, and I would throw myself on the mercy of the court out of sheer guilt. You know he had something to do with it. When I say that, I mean he was well aware of it, and he didn't do anything to try to fix this thing. So
who impeaches a governor?
I don't know how the process works, but I know I believe.
Can you impeach a governor?
I have no idea. I think you can recall a governor. That's what they say. You can get recalled. But here's the thing. To me, this is criminal, and I've talked about this before. From him on down, people need to go to prison for this. For child endangerment, some type of willful neglect on a mass population, knowing you were serving laced water. Unbelievable. We're going to talk a little bit, some explanation I think is in order radio show wise, because I've been posting clues online, a lot of songs with numbers in them. So I'm just going to tell you what exactly that means in case you're not clear as to what that is. But I wanted to share something that I thought was fantastic, and it is Eric Zane, Celestial Excitement. People have said to me, I would get made fun of by the boys for this all the time, and you know, it was crazy because whenever I talk about this stuff, people either go, it seems like only a few people will go, wow, that is unbelievable. But more often than not, like especially on the radio show, they would just look at me and blink. Even though what I'm telling them was clearly unbelievable stuff in terms of astrophysics. And it happens, it's real, and it's out there. And it would always drive me crazy when I bring that stuff up, and they just look at me like I had two heads. And I'm like, did you hear what I said? I just told you something outstanding, and you're just looking at me. This involves an event that happened. I had to take notes because I saw it on one of my favorite shows, How the Universe Works. And it's on Science Channel. And here's what happened. On December 22nd, 2004, while everybody was sleeping, a blast of cosmic radiation came flying at the Earth, and it hit the Earth. And it ripped a gigantic hole in our ozone layer, our atmosphere. A big hole in the atmosphere.
Okay.
And scientists are like, what the hell just happened? No one saw it coming. It wasn't known until it happened. Now, let me just say this. Where it originated from, which I'll tell you in a second, if it happened a bit closer, it would have stripped away the entire atmosphere. Okay? Gone. Ripped apart and gone. And really quickly, the planet would be exposed to massive amounts of radiation from our sun. It would have scorched the planet quickly, and in no time at all would have been as barren as Mars. All the vegetation, all the livestock, all the people, gone. Extinction, really quickly. And we'd be cooked, and we'd starve. If you didn't get cooked, you'd starve. If you were in shelter, you'd have no water, you'd have no food, and then that's it. You'd have your supplies that you'd buy from Glenbeck, and then that's it. As soon as that's gone, you're dead. Well, what happened? The episode was talking about electromagnetic forces and the cosmic energy, the radiation that came flying across the universe, and not the universe, the galaxy. And this gives you an idea of how vast the universe is, because what happened was halfway across our own galaxy, the Milky Way, okay? What had taken place was, and we pointed our big telescopes and we were able to look at readings and things, and to me it's a miracle that they even find this stuff out. What they discovered was a celestial body, a star, had gone supernova. Now, when a star is a star, there is an electromagnetic force, magnets involved, that make up part of what the sun is. I'm probably getting some of this wrong, but I think I got the gist of it down because I watched it twice. Well, when the star goes supernova, eventually what's left from this big star is what's called a magnetar. And a magnetar is a very, very dense, solid celestial body, where the star once was. Okay? Similar to a star, but much, much smaller, like 2 to 3 miles across. Not big, if you think about it. Now this thing that they found, and they actually have a number for it and everything, they have identified the exact culprit where this happened, where it came from, is 50,000 light years away.
Whoa.
That's halfway across our own galaxy. Now think about that. That's just our galaxy. There are literally billions of galaxies out there. So there's a lot working here. A lot of moving parts in this description. 50,000 light years away. This magnetar, with this immense magnetic field, because the magnetic field that was surrounding that sun or that star has now gotten more powerful as it just is swirling around this small 2 to 3 mile wide magnetar. And these things are dangerous not only because the magnetic field that's around it, if anything goes near it, it rips it apart. But what happened to this magnetar is all the forces that were playing with it caused some type of earthquake that literally caused a crack like by 6 inches on the magnetar. It moved a big giant area of its surface, and it caused such a wild release of energy that it burst out from halfway across the galaxy, and it just so happened that our planet was in the path of it. So it travels at the speed of light across the universe. Now this would have happened thousands of years ago. Like I said, it's 50,000 light years away. But still, it's traveling across the galaxy at the speed of light. It hits the Earth and boom, that's what happens. Now, we didn't suffer anything. There wasn't anything, I mean, you probably have never even heard of this happening.
Right.
Had that thing been closer, boom, we're done. Now, doesn't that feel precarious to
It's a
you?
little scary.
Doesn't that make you feel like we're like on the edge of a knife and no one saw this coming?
Yeah. So one day we just might evaporate into like nothing.
This is incredible. Think about that. In the scope of time, we are this much.
So do we think that's what happened to the dinosaurs and stuff?
It's theorized that that was a strike from a comet or an asteroid. It caused a resurfacing of the planet and or massive amounts of dust that went in, blocking sunlight, and again, no vegetation. They die off, they starve.
Crazy.
Okay. If you saw that and heard me say that and you don't think that's interesting, I'm going to be so pissed about that.
Does this have something to do with you? But I'm a little bit confused because you said this had something to do with your job.
No, it doesn't. I just said that was coming up.
Oh,
I
was
just said it was
confused.
something I
thought
wanted
this was
to
like going
share.
to be like some
Do
kind
you even
of...
listen to me?
I do, but I thought this was going to be like some kind of like supernatural thing, and then
No, it was just, I thought it was interesting. That's all.
Good.
You
Carry on.
completely ruined me.
No, I was
with that
just
comment.
curious. I was just a little bit.
You were like, yeah, where are you going with this?
No, I was just confused. That's all.
Okay, finally. Okay, so occasionally you'd see me post a song that has like a number in it, like 30 Days in the Hole or 30 Days by Chuck Berry. That was to coincide with my 30-day non-compete. When I was allowed to walk out the door, when I was fired, I only have a 30-day non-compete, which is very, very short in radio. And it expires on Saturday at midnight. So on Sunday, I am free to go on the radio and talk about and do whatever I want. I'm free to contact all my clients. I am free to talk about anything I want. I have zero ties that bind me in any way to my former employer. I have carried out my end of that contract, that is to remain off of the radio and to not tamper with any employees and or advertisers that I dealt with on a regular basis for 12 years. And that ends Saturday. So that's very exciting to me.
It is very exciting.
Because
now we just have to get someone to hire you.
Yes, and I will.
Maybe they'll bring me with you.
I can call you whenever I want on my new show. So yeah, I'm getting my bearings, and I'm very excited. So thank God we have the World Wide Web, because if I land on my feet, and I believe I will, I'll make sure you know exactly how to reach my show and listen to it online. And God willing, I'll be on in Grand Rapids and going up directly against the boys. That would be exciting to me. I would welcome that, and I think it would be a lot of fun. So that's really all I want to say about that. I will add this. There was nothing legal from keeping anybody at the old radio station from talking about it. That was not accurate. It could have been talked about, but I had not yet decided. I was given an option of whether I wanted to be fired or resigned, and I'll give more of those details as to the specifics of that when the time is right. And I'm holding on to this because, frankly, I just want to wait to tell you the whole story on my radio show. I want as many people as possible to listen, so that's why I've held on to it. It isn't anything legal. It's just something I don't choose to talk about until I'm ready to talk about it. And I will tell you this. If I'm fortunate enough to land on my feet, I will devote my first day, only my first day, and then it will not be discussed again at length about what happened. Because the way I look at it is this opportunity that I've been given is behind me. And the only reason why I would tell about it, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the whole truth and nothing but. And when I say good, the bad, and the ugly, some of it makes me look very bad. But you know I've never shied from the truth. I want to tell it because you are owed that as an audience that has given so much to me and them, or us, and shared so much. So you get that. You get the whole story, and on that day, you'll have it. But outside of that, I am moving on with something new. And I can't wait to share it with you. I've been thinking good and hard about how this will play out and the things we'll do. My confidence was shattered for a long time, but doing this with you allowed me to breathe a little and realize that there is plenty of fight in the dog. So, yeah. That's basically it. Does any of that make sense? Does that sound good to you?
Makes perfect sense.
I haven't said too much, have I?
No, I don't believe so.
You know I bounce stuff off of you regularly. Like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?
All right.
Okay.
Sounds
Okay,
good to me.
so that's about it. A couple of my friends from Ottawa County's finest will be dropping by here to apparently give me t-shirts. They're big supporters of us. And so, yes?
You didn't do your second advertisement.
Oh! Good call. You see? You're an expert. You're like,
That's
that was
why.
great.
That's why
Well-
I'm the. What am I? What am I considered here?
producer, program director, except you're much cuter than any program director that I've seen. Yeah, I'm glad you did that. And this is very important because people like my friends at Lake Effect Property Services gave me money and said, do my ads. So I'm doing the same thing right now for,
Oh, it's not plugged in.
oh my God, not Labatt beer, but I did want to get them in. Thank you. Please stay with me. Don't turn it off yet. Do not turn it off yet. Distraction of Attraction. If you have a wedding coming up, do consider Distraction of Attraction. Their website, distractionofattraction.com, and linked up on my Facebook page. They're local DJs and they want to do your wedding. If this is something you need, all the planning that goes into it, they work with you and make sure that you have exactly what you want. Those ladies, those brides, they want it perfect. They'll do it all for you. Turnkey operation at Distraction of Attraction. Get the groom happy, get the bride happy, the parents happy, the grandparents happy, everything. You want dollar dance, you want hokey pokey. If you say no to the Macarena, you want to do YMCA and Celebration by Kool and the Gang. Does that all make me sound old?
No.
What about
Those are
hokey
all-
pokey?
Those are all needed.
They'll do hokey
Those are
pokey.
all staples.
You
for a
have to
wedding.
do hokey pokey.
But what if it's not a wedding? What if I just want to have like a disco dance sometime?
They do everything. You know what these guys did a lot of their work in? Hookah lounges. Everybody's there smoking hookah pipes, and these dudes are over there like playing music that you would. I don't know if there's a certain music you listen to when you smoke hookah or hookah or whatever you say.
Come on, man.
Distraction of Attraction. Check them out, distractionofattraction.com. They're on my Facebook page, distractionofattraction.com. Thank you again for joining us and coming into our home from the Joe Reed Labatt Beer TC Paintball Studios. We will talk to you on Friday. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday.
Adios.